Did you call up the guy at 183 that's looking down at us on a rock?
183, what's the range on it? Coxswain? Well, obviously up in the rocks.
About 2,000 meters out.
A guy or a sign?
Can't even click.
Sure looks like a sign, Rod. Yeah, it's...
I can still hear you, I'm just not
Yeah, I can't see that far.
resting my head against this wall over here. Just tap me on my shoulder and we're good to go.
It's probably not human then. Probably a sign. Yeah. Copy that.
1-4 copies. Be advised, tonight you are not allowed to engage past the red lines. Those are not for us to engage. That's our other platoons are going to be engaging that later on. So unless you are getting shot from those areas, do not shoot from them.
Charlie copies. You heard him.
Roger.
Yep.
Delta copies. Bravo copies.
Oh, I found it. Fine, I can see that far now.
Hey.
There was somebody else having trouble with their vision. Who was it? Somebody up here having trouble seeing really far away?
I can't see probably past 1,200 meters out. So.
Right, come in here a second, Jaeger. Alright, go to your configure. Add-on option. Under ACE view distance limiter. 3 boxes in there that say like on foot, land vehicle, air vehicle.
Yeah.
Crank those up to whatever you want. Whatever your system can handle. Game will probably stutter for a second when new changes take effect. Alright, welcome to Task Force Alpha 028 Operation Thunderstorm. I really have to focus to make sure I say Thunderstorm and not Thunderstruck.
Okay, so I set it for 3,500 meters, but so I can see the terrain out there, but I'm not seeing anybody on the terrain. I know we're calling out targets on it.
Yeah, they were calling them at 2 clicks. I guess
Nothing.
that's about halfway up slope. I still can't see anybody out there.
How do you do that trick where you can find out angle based on somebody else's position?
Declination?
Trying to remember. It's not holding R. It's with binoculars.
You double tap R.
Double tap.
No, not that. Like you can look at one spot and then look at a second spot and it'll tell you the angle between those two. The bearing.
Alright, you hold tab and then hold Romeo on the spot you want to start at.
Be advised, we are going to be moving out second in the marching order, bearing 214.
It'll say 1P.
And then, yeah. And then
Charlie copies.
copies.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
214 robocopies.
Correction, 255 to Arma.
Once we get moving, we're going to be headed out at 255
Delta copies last.
Copy that. Moving out 255 to RP.
255 copy.
I am running with 1-4 Charlie, which is a Miles gunning team.
Copy that.
I am the assistant. Guy in front of me, Sergeant Margiotta, gunner / team leader.
Yes, I think. Last time I checked it, yeah.
To my right, Staff Sergeant L. Munson is the squad leader. Hopefully we get to go blow up some fucking armor.
I don't see our people marked anymore.
No, it's not marked anymore.
The sun's coming up.
Okay, yes, 1-4's taking the hall.
Yeah.
170 be advised, we're Oscar Mike.
Go ahead and start pushing out.
We're moving.
Copy.
Moving on you.
Delta copies. Bravo copies.
Any formation?
Hold on 1 second.
Alright, short hold.
Okay, start going.
Alright,
Sorry, I had to try to figure out where the fuck 1-2 was going.
Moving.
Mother, can you hear me? I need to restart my armor. It's crashed.
I'm gonna kill Ruff after this.
Wow. Actual, this is Delta. Finished.
I got that.
Delta copies.
Ooh, 1-4 shining bright tonight,
Tell you guys are just making me so proud tonight. I better not see any.
Y'all are gonna make Mom pull her hair out.
No, I just don't have any hair after last night.
I mean, we don't have here, so at this point we don't have anything to move up to, so it's alright.
Anybody else find it a little weird we're running across our own airfield?
Yep.
Alright, just make sure it wasn't just me.
What else is fucked up?
Once you get across, I need you to hold security on the airfield.
Copy.
Delta copies.
We're holding security on the airfield.
Try not to get hit by thunder.
Okay, so moving.
Bye, Thunder. Love you.
Have fun storming the castle.
Let's push it to the left.
And to the left.
He has all this stamina. I haven't got it.
Hold here and wait for 1-2 to start moving again.
Alright, we're gonna do a short hold again. Waiting for 1-2 to unfuck their ship.
Copy the hurry up and wait.
Damn straight.
What we live for, isn't it?
Pretty much. Friendly's pushing past.
Yep.
Actual Charlie over.
Go for it.
Be advised, we got friendlies pushing past us south down the road, probably a good 300 meters.
Copy that. Start moving out.
Alright, we're moving. Copy last.
Goddamn concrete bush. Adjust it back to the right a little.
Yeah.
Hold for a minute.
Oh fuck, we got hold again.
Catch up, then hold.
Yeah, we can pull it up on the left side. Never mind.
It was just good timing.
Delta copies.
Like in when you roll to a red light and it fucking goes green.
What I live for, truck driver, you know.
Oh yeah.
Not blowing shit up with heavy ordnance.
Need you guys to spread it out.
Delta is spread.
Stopping?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, go ahead and start moving again.
Delta, you gotta be on the right side of the formation with Alpha.
Yeah, I was running into Brewer and he yelled at me, so I'm over here now.
Strong side left.
Essentially, yeah.
If we start taking artillery fire, I need you guys to spread out as far as possible, as well as keep your spacing right now as well.
Shot copies last.
Off this Delta is Brewer still behind you.
Go ahead and set up here for the minute.
Doing another short halt.
Stay away from 1-2. Don't get too fucking close to them.
Shot copies last.
We're going to be moving in a platoon line to RP2. And we're going to be shifting to the south.
Charlie copies last. Alright, we're gonna be moving to RP2 in a platoon line.
Sounds fun.
Copies. 7 off. Be on the left of 1-4. We're gonna be on left of.
Be advised, RP2 is clear as of the moment.
Say again your last actual.
Be advised, RP2 seems to be clear at this moment. We are going to start moving there as soon as 1-2 pushes up.
Shot copies your last actual. Out.
So I had some walking from him. Crossing. So crossing and weapons or something. And then he just walks parallel in line with where I would be.
Like 1-1's having a couple of issues.
Okay, to start moving out to RP2, bearing 225.
Copy 225. Yeah, moving out to 225 RP2.
Moving.
Once we get up to RP2, I need you guys to get set up, get trenches built, because that's where we're going to be spending our time.
Shot copies last.
And try not to skyline.
Delta copies. Delta at this time is going to stick with Alpha close until I get my system back. Over.
Looks like we have to push past RP2 just a hair to get down slow buys.
your side.
Be advised, I'm hearing shots go off in a distance to the southwest or west. Sound like possible IDF.
Are you guys set?
No, I'm not calling an IDF.
Yeah, Charlie said.
11 Margie. 1-4, this is Alpha. The trench is going up now. Alpha section set, over.
Alright, I got some pretty shitty eyes here. How about you?
Actual is Delta.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's back on station.
I can see a little bit of the town. I can't see much to the west and
Yeah, same here.
Copy that also.
Just keep your eyes out for fucking.
Take a mic.
yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the main road heading out south of town there. Got a pretty good shooting lane on it.
5-8. Is enemy foot mobiles moving to our position from the west?
518 west, bearing 275 degrees from our position, roughly 200 meters out.
Oh, it's blending so fucking well.
Firm again that bearing?
This is good right here.
275
I need Alpha
degrees west of our
to
position.
go ahead and
Copy that.
to the west and cover that. If they start shooting us, then you're free to take them out.
Oh, shit, dude.
Stay frosty, they're within 300 meters.
Reed, do you want a trench?
When we initiate contact, Havoc 1, just go ahead and light up shit you see.
Copy that.
I'll go ahead and pop up a trench here.
Be advised, also, Blue Force marker 0519 is infantry as well, moving to our location.
Right now, they don't know we're here.
Fair enough.
AT, is there anything in the town you're seeing?
Charlie is a negative, searching still.
Just Bravo, have eyes on one possible enemy combatant standing on top of a balcony.
1-4, this is Alpha, over.
She needs better directions than that, Bravo.
My apologies. Bearing 129 or 192 from my position, direct south.
Stopped it a little short so it wasn't so obvious.
That's fine.
675. Distance is 675.
Okay, say again your last. I'm sorry, I had to send a message up.
Copy that.
This is Bravo. I have eyes on possible enemy combatant bearing 192 direct south. Distance 675 on top of balcony.
Copy that. Keep an eye on them. Once we're free to open up, you're clear to shoot them. Alpha, send your traffic.
1-4, I have 2 bunkers on the MSR leading into town with MG emplacements. Inside the town, there's minimal thermal.
Yeah, looks like we got enemy fucking
Copy that.
military compound, looks like. Range 539, 181 degrees.
Alpha, I need you to shift to our west for the
Yeah, eyes on.
contact that we're going to be facing here soon.
Roger that. Be advised, if I'm going to get any further eyes out, I'm going to have to move over defilade, which is over 200 meters away, over.
Copy that.
Additional, I've got friendlies to our west, so I can move up online with them if you want. Over.
You're clear, go.
Roger out.
What the hell is... Where is that? Fuck.
Yeah, let's see, you don't need fucking MPGs anymore. Looks like downslope east.
Hey, can we relay those friendlies over to our left to stop shooting over our fucking head?
Yeah, I'll call it up.
Actual
Alpha, I
Charlie.
need you to support 1-2 to the west, as well as Bravo. I need you to be looking to the southwest for those enemies that are going to be coming up to us.
Actual, this is Bravo. I have eyes on possible armor bearing 207 top of hills direct
207,
southwest.
top of hill.
1700 meters.
Copy 207 degrees, top of hill west.
24, this is Alpha. I'm online with 1-2 facing west, over.
Copy that. I'll let you know when to change.
Yeah, I see it.
Like 1600 meters.
Yeah, like way the fuck over there.
Not actually sure I see the armor.
Yeah, it's something man-made up there. Actual southwest 208 degrees from our position, 1700 meters out.
How far is that?
1700 meters, 1700 meters out.
Hold your paws over there, Alpha. Don't move. There's gonna be friendly IDF coming out.
That was ideal.
Roger.
Alright.
It's definitely got antennas.
Yeah, it's not man-made. I mean, it is man-made. It's not fucking...
Yeah, no, I mean, I can see, I think I see
Marky,
tires
how
on
far
it.
was it again?
I don't think there's
1700 meters out.
Okay, I'm pretty sure
it's
that
coming
is
down the
out
hill.
of our range that we're gonna
Yeah, it's coming down the hill now.
Like, I think that's in the red
It's moving
zone.
forward.
Yeah, I'm just
no, it's not
calling
moving
it
now.
Okay.
If it lights us up, we should probably take it out. There's no starting engagements, but if they shoot first, then fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. So... we got some pretty shitty eyes.
What the fuck that thing is.
That is... oh. That is possible armor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's that Vic
Oh, that's
shooting at us.
Apache? There goes...
Yeah, there it is.
AA.
Actual, be advised, the vehicle appears to be shooting, or someone next to the vehicle is shooting.
Copy that.
Yeah,
So is it a Shulka?
That's 1636 meters out.
yeah,
That's something we
that's
can
in,
take
I
out.
can see it, and it's
Yeah, that's a Shulka up there, I'm guessing.
Yep. Alright. Let's see. I can't worry about that right now.
Alright, Bravo, I don't know if this is the guy you called out, but look, Baron 19 tree break. 680 meters out, guy standing right above roof line.
Yeah, I got him. I've been looking at him. I didn't want to get shot yet. This is Alpha, over.
Could have brought a Jav.
I got him.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a round coming towards us.
Yep.
Not towards us, but it's...
Yeah, it's shooting something big.
Delta got eyes on a,
Get down.
looks like a Hesco bunker, 172 from my pause. Break.
The hell?
Break communications. Alpha to Charlie, send your message over.
Charlie, this Alpha got eyes on a BMP in the rocks behind St. Louis, bearing 203, 1600 meters over.
That's the one
Alpha to
I got.
Charlie, good copy your last, over.
Alpha out.
What the fuck is being fired at it that's doing like airburst?
Shoot on that. There's.
Whoa.
You just need a hold.
Can't anyway, it's 600 meters.
That is rounds firing from it.
Oh shit.
Yep, that's that Vic shooting at us. I'm
Alright,
watching the traces
so,
coming in.
Be advised, we are taking rounds from across the hilltop, 1700 meters out, boss.
I mean, it's shooting at us. We need to shoot back.
It's a long fucking shot, though.
Well, I mean, I didn't mean specifically us.
Want me to build a trench behind us as well?
It looked like somebody was trying to engage it, but it was bursting before it was hitting.
right.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Mike, this is Charlie, over.
You actually get hurt?
Go for Mike.
Is actual still up?
I need everybody
Right.
to push.
Alright,
down.
the vehicle's catastrophic.
Delta's moving.
Copy, be advised, whatever was shooting at his boss is now fucking dead.
Copy that. You guys can go to move back then.
Do you see this blood?
Yeah, holy shit, Jaeger.
I'm fine. Like, I checked my shit and I'm okay.
Interrogative. Actually, it's Charlie.
Go for it.
Was that friendly or?
Jaeger.
Enemy? Yeah, that was dropping.
Rebandage your head. Just for kicks.
Wait one. I believe that is,
And if you're still bleeding, I don't know what to tell you.
Copy that.
Yeah, it was just one drop of blood.
Alright, we're just gonna have to say it for us. It looks like it has some enemy on the up dropping to the northeast.
be advised we have friendlies going into the town, so make sure you're PIDing
Copy.
as well as you can take off your night vision.
That's a fucking machine gun.
Alpha, I believe you're getting contact to your west.
Holy shit. That's big. That's IDF.
Charlie, I need
Yep.
you to move. Oh god.
Yeah, we're alright. We're alright.
Oh, they're not. Holy shit.
They're not okay, Margie. I'm going up there.
I believe actual is down at this time.
5, this is 16 on 310.
Yeah, copy. Charlie's pushing over there. Get eyes.
Hey, I got Dagger and Uniform down boat up here. I'm gonna get them first.
Here.
Get the...
Jesus. Goulash is fucked up.
Bravo, I need you on my position. Got multiple men down on my pause.
Bravo, copy, smooth. Just start helping people.
We're gonna need a mic on Goulash. I'm sure he's lost too much blood.
Break. 1-2 or 1-4, I need a medic over on my position for you. Air's down, over.
1-6.
Oh, shit.
Please don't land here. Please don't land here.
Yeah, copy that. I'm helping somebody right now.
Enemy down, over. Yeah, see if you can find him. I'll get a medic
Copy
on
that. I'll
him.
be there in a sec.
Diagnosing.
My position, Tonyo.
If I sit in a crater, I'll technically be safe.
I have 1 copy.
Alright, he hasn't lost very much blood. Pushing morphine.
Need a hand with him, LT?
Yeah, can you do CPR on him?
Yep, on it. He's still bleeding from his chest. Patching him up.
Get him patched up.
Welcome back, Goulash.
Thunder Dagger was
Torso
down by
again.
mortars. Go ahead and execute.
Dagger's back up.
CPR.
Alpha, is Charlie over?
Send it.
Just making sure y'all still up.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I go down.
Close enough.
It's okay, left. Yeah, I was about to say smart ass.
1-2, this is 1-6.
Everybody start moving now.
Please don't land here. Please don't land here. Diagnosing.
Carrie, he's bandaged up. Over here, he's bandaged
Once
up.
you guys
Carrie, he
get
needs
up,
to
I
come
need you guys to get up and start moving. And everybody else that's not
Yeah,
getting
copy.
hurt, you need to fucking move.
Everyone's moving.
Left you now.
Complete. He's
Move
good.
behind
We
that
are-
blade now.
I'm pushing morphine. Copy.
Alright, let's move back northeast.
Copy that, moving.
Fine mission. That's probably far enough.
Alright, well, I saved Dagger's life. I'm done for the night.
That was entertaining.
Yep, so 1-4 has now become ineffective. So we can't see shit.
Hey, firm, thank you.
I mean, our position's still okay.
Yeah. Check yourself. I know you were busy with them.
I am green, green, green.
Excellent.
Just keep eyes out north.
A little cold, but you know.
Hey,
I want
rest
you guys to come further to the east
Push it.
we're moving east.
and spread it out.
Yeah, copy. Joe's moving. we're the only ones that didn't go down. Telling us to spread it out.
Friendly IDF.
Friendly IDF.
Delta is
going out.
Got some rock cover here to our southeast.
Copy, got eyes.
Eyes are just as bad here as they were up there.
Yeah, well, let's push a little bit forward since we got tree coverage.
Copy.
Actual Charlie, over.
Wait, when, I want you guys, Alpha and Bravo to scan and see if you see anything. If you see anything, go ahead and shoot it, as well as be aware that there is friendlies in the town. And
The fuck was that?
I don't know.
It came in from the west.
Go for Charlie.
Interrogative, what do we have to the north or east side of us? Who's over there?
Wait, one.
Bravo's Alpha 180 MG placement over.
Whatever it is, I think it's at 187.
To the south, we have 1-7
Oh.
and
Come over here.
1-1 and 1-3.
What you need, boss?
CPR.
CPR them.
Copy.
Actual be advised, Charlie.
Pushing CPR.
7 this is
Assistant.
currently down. Give her
Copy that. Do you need our medic over there?
Wait one.
Do you need assistance over here, medic-wise?
No, I'm good. I just trying to get.
Negative. He's got everything under control over here.
Are you giving CPR, Bollinger?
Yep, pushing CPR again.
Okay, you're good. You're good. You have to constantly keep pushing. Okay.
Yep, I am.
Jesus fucking Christ, you lost a lot of blood.
Eyes on a few squads out that way, over.
No, I can't have you go out that far.
Pushing again.
He's not over there anymore.
Copy out.
While I have you here, I'm going to refill my CLS when we're done here.
Sounds good.
Pushing again.
I'm currently working on his mic. Is Havoc 5 down? Yeah, I'm working on it now. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, I'm gonna give you one more bag. Go for one mic.
It looks like this fire team.
Pushing again.
Copy that, what squad are you with? Copy that, I'll make sure 1-3 Mike's tracking me.
Going forward, this is Alpha, over.
Go for it.
Roger.
7, this is Mike.
Eyes on a
Say that they had a
bearing 203.
Copy that.
Is it active? Because they took out one over there.
Affirm, it's active. It's coming in
more
down
green.
the road.
Copy that. Coming the road to our west.
Roger,
You're a
southwest.
damn god, Sergeant.
What the fuck, dude? You're still low on blood. Be careful. I don't know how you lost that much
5 is
blood.
daggone put
I took
Last
3
position
artillery
was
rounds right next to me.
208. I can see it again.
Alright,
Moving the bridge line behind the town, over.
we can send out.
Alright, I'm gonna head back. Copy.
Alright, this medic's back up.
Copy.
Be advised, Delta has eyes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Charlie has eyes on
Whoa,
BNP.
dagger, send it.
It is moving.
I'll be advised, go ahead and send it.
We got fucking BNP up on
Yep,
hill.
I got it. 1090.
He is 1-1-2 for our pause. Can't take the shot.
This way.
I'm at
1090. Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Actual, this is Delta, over.
Charlie
never mind.
never mind.
yeah, oops.
Alright. Let's push back a little bit today.
Copy.
Charlie, just push back to y'all. Everything's done over here.
Alright, let's push back.
Actual Charlie, over.
Go for it.
We cannot effectively help the rest of the platoon from here.
Copy that. We're gonna be moving in a second.
Sorry about that, Delta.
No worries.
Fuck, let's go over here. Good lord.
You get a bunker. Get a bunker.
Okay, well they're not answering me, but I want Alpha section. I want you two guys to go ahead and move over to 1-2's position, which is going to be to 255 to our west. Charlie section, I want you to go ahead and push further up this hill. Don't go too far up though. We're gonna try to stay in this area.
Charlie, section copies.
Copy that. We're good with 1-2.
We're moving up slow.
Go ahead and move to 1's position and we'll see if we can see better there.
Copy on your list. Delta copies.
I mean, stuff's still gonna be really far away even when we're further upslope. You know, whatever.
Yeah,
I'll play Delta 1-2 out.
but maybe we might
Copy
be able
that.
to
Our
see
guys
actually
over
like
there.
down into the town. Maybe just center of the town.
Pretty fucking good.
Copy that.
We'll push to the west of all these guys.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm right behind you.
We got dead guys right here.
Yeah, it's dead enemies, correct?
Oh, disregard. That's a red fucking Kim light.
I'm still moving with you.
Guess we're go ahead and get my rifle out.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I'll never touch it, so.
This up here doesn't look bad.
Charlie, do not push up any further. You need to come back towards 1-2.
Okay.
Copy.
Where the fuck is she at?
You cannot go out just all over there. You almost got shot at.
Copy.
Uh-huh.
Form up in a line by 1-2 where Alpha is.
Copy.
Lock up.
Fucking realize.
Just got a guy running through the field.
Alright.
Well, find a fucking place to get all on.
Copy that. We'll go to the far east here, set up another trench.
Alright. Fucking 1-4 doing it good again.
Did you guys shoot a friendly?
That's what happens when you put them on.
Batting 1,000.
Roger.
Alright, we'll plant a gun on him later.
Yeah, I got a fucking burner.
Be advised, we are going to start moving to, or very 155 into the town.
They'll be moving one top off.
Copy. Oh yeah, there they are. Thought I heard shots coming in this way.
Are enemy combatants equipped with AT4s and AT4s?
Yes, but you need to make sure your PID. We are going to start moving with 1-2 into the town. Wait, 1.
Bravo, we need to push 185 and clear out a bunch of buildings. Alright, Bravo, we're moving. Bravo's moving.
AK firing out there, like 170.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bravo, we're moving 185.
Alpha got another guy at 232, 300 meters.
Well, from here we're only authorized to engage stuff out like a click.
Alright.
Basically like where the billboard is. Maybe? Oh, a little bit further than that.
Yeah.
Billboard's at like 875, so that's pretty good reference.
As soon as 1-2 starts moving, we're going to start moving in.
Charlie copies.
Okay, 1-4, start pushing up.
We're moving one top off. Charlie copies moving.
Make it happen. That was some good synchronization there.
Yeah, it was.
That's why you and I are a good team.
Turn around and do the backstroke.
Might as well, we're not doing much else.
Up on this wall.
Alright, we gotta go over here. Yeah, Charlie copies.
Don't start getting trenches. We're not going to be near this all.
Copied her on TeamNet.
Copy. Yeah, like
Copy. Delta is south on me. Push them to the next set of walls.
Alright, buddy, I got you.
she said one top
Charlie, why
off.
are you that far out? You need to come closer to us.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, you're not saying that on SquadNet.
Where the fuck is it at?
I pushed out. You told us to push out.
Charlie has no eyes at all.
It looks like it's coming from the east. There's 2 times BMP possibly.
Yeah, copy that. I need to start pushing towards the town to get any kind of eyes.
Copy that. I don't need you too far ahead of me there so you die. Bravo, I need you to start moving.
Yeah, well, fucking it. You're really taking a beat into the fucking southeast.
I got it. 1, 2, 3, moving left or right, 216 meters. It just went behind a building.
Eyes on it, but it is moving behind the building.
It was a single BMP that I saw.
I got eyes. What's the range?
Copy that.
Blown up. Hey, those guys got fucked up. Mike is down. artificial down. But Mike is in Washington D.C.
We have our mic has technical issues.
Copy that, I'll let 'em know.
Oh. Hey, we got another entrance over here we can stack up on. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this. Going left. Left clear. Opening. Going right. Right clear. Opening. Going left. Left clear.
There's friendlies in this building too.
Let's just stay here. You what? Not the right. Shit. You want to move up right there, Margie? This isn't as nice as I'd hoped. Yep, moving. Taking shots, Margie. Fuck off. Reloading. Fuck. My third-person skills are not as on point as I'd hoped. Back up, back up. Actual's down. Yep. Pull back, pull back. Fucking Christ.
That sounded like
John Cop is looking.
Copy that. I'm patching up my leg. I can't fucking run. All right, moving to you. Crossing, crossing. I need through. Fuck it. Copy that, moving. I'm pushing down this tree so I at least have something to cover. Jesus. Uh, 1-4, this is Charlie. Charlie Actual's down.
Copy that, I'm getting a mic.
Can I get a location on this, this AA?
This is Charlie. It's somewhere to our direct southeast.
Copy that, we're moving on it.
We're coming to you right now.
The shot came from the construction site.
With her to get one of her guys up.
It looks like.
This is Charlie. The AA gun is down.
Buller's back up.
Jesus fucking Christ. 1-4, check in. Enemy helo just crashed right in front of us.
Bending right arm.
Hey, Salvatore. Yeah.
Delta team is currently managing combat effective in 5-0.
Put some morphine.
Delta's good to go.
Or this is Mike. Be advised, I'm lightweight research.
Pushing it.
Copy that. You could have got a second search.
I'm up. I'm up. Thank you. Charlie's back up.
Roger that.
Delta's got the west, southwestern flank.
I'm back up.
Good to see you back.
I couldn't fire fast enough. He fucking turned and looked at me. Fucking looked at me.
It's alright, I shot him in the face for you.
You good? Roger.
Like, how did they not see it? They cleared the building like not even 50 meters to the right of that, well, to the left of that.
No idea, man. No idea.
Looks like we got squad 161 top of the ridge in the trees. Reference all fucking tracers, over.
That's outside of engagement area.
Yeah, it is outside engagement area.
Whenever we get Mike back in here, I could really use some morphine.
Yeah, copy that.
Mike, this is 1-4. What's the status on your insert?
30 seconds.
Copy that.
It's 30 seconds out.
Copy that. Oh, I see 1-1.
Yeah.
Right there, Sergeant Cherry. The only one I know that carries the kit bag. Missed the excitement of this helicopter crashing right here beside us.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it. Missed it.
Actual, this is Mike, back on station.
Mike.
There's some people that need your love. like me and I believe Charlie assistant. Go ahead and get them first.
Mike?
A little bit of Delta as well, if you can spare it.
Alright, let's see you fucking ignoring me, motherfucker.
Well, Mike.
Go for 1-4.
1-4, go ahead and start moving into the town and get it.
Over here.
I hear an LT.
Not me, but my assistant.
1-4 copies. We are getting set up on the road.
Can I get a refill on my CLS too? Should just be one morphine.
Alright, we're gonna be prepared for a move order.
Oh, I have one too many epi.
Okay, 1-4, we are going to
Now I have one too many morphine.
southeast along this road. We will be splitting
We're
between
moving
1-1
southeast.
and 1-3.
Thank you.
Charlie copies last. We're moving.
Bravo copies moving. Delta copies moving.
Possibly getting a resupply.
I need a resupply. I got my own.
I don't even need a resupply.
Yeah, I don't need a resupply either.
Charlie is green. No need for a resupply.
Copy that.
I've been a medic more than I've been a rifleman.
Right?
Bravo is green at this time.
Charlie, this is going to be your stop.
Don't I go a bit further across this
Well,
MSR?
you're going to be going bearing 232 and you'll run into 1-1.
Copy.
Blue 4 IDF is
Bravo on me.
Bravo copies.
Alpha and Delta. I want you to set up on this road, find a good spot.
Delta copies. Pushing past this house set up there.
1-1.
Copy that.
1-2, Mike.
Yeah, copy.
Hello, 1-1. Your 1-4 detachment's here. Oh, jeez.
Actually, this is Delta. Permission to move out another 100 meters southeast.
It appears to be unarmed. Somebody got tired of his shit. That guy was bucking for a promotion right up until he exploded. I'm pretty sure all those guys are gonna be dead.
Yeah. You know, like, we are way off fucking target right now.
It'll be fine. How you doing on mags, boss?
Oh, great.
Copy.
Just looking over where that helicopter went down. I know a couple of them got out.
I'm pretty sure the exploding helicopter landing on them was not good for their health.
That's possible, too.
I believe 1-1 has pushed on down the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out how far. I'll take you. Actual Charlie over.
This is 5, go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's them down there.
Yeah. A firm, stand by. I'll take a look at it. Uniform, where's that convoy?
Wait 1, Charlie.
Sound like a convoy coming, possibly.
Be advised, Delta. To the southeast, we have, never mind, that's exactly what they're freaking talking about. Go, Charlie, go for it.
I was just wondering how far west did 1-1 push?
Wait,
Break. This is Bravo, have eyes on, bearing 180, squad size element moving through the trees, south.
180, squad size element pushing through the trees.
Correction on
Copy that.
1-1 is, pushing up to, I believe it's a roadblock. They're straight up from you to your west.
Copy. You can push it with them.
If you have good eyes, then you can go ahead and stay there. But otherwise, go ahead and you can push it. It's up to you.
Hey, Bravo, we got a 2-story building right back here you can use.
You know what? That sounds fun. Let's
Got it. Havoc 1, this is 5. We have 2 times BMP to do force march.
Be advised, Delta, there's going to be a convoy coming down this road that we're looking down.
This is why I'm an assistant.
Just be advised.
So it looks like convoys on the copy. We'll stay here.
Well, that sounds fun. For them.
But just be ready to take them out and start getting your rages. Start coming down.
2 times or 3 times troop transports.
Yes.
4th troop transport.
2 times BMP to the southwest.
Ooh, southwest?
Like how far southwest?
Guessing about there. Yeah, I just saw a rocket come out of there. It was over deflated from us anyway. Hey, Margie. We have friendlies way the fuck out there. Awesome. I guess they want to be rescued.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hello, Thunder.
Delta's all green. Forces they got run from Thunder 147 from our last.
Yep, sorry about that. I didn't hear that they were doing that.
Crossing.
helicopter southwest of our position. It's right past the checkpoints. That is two of them. So it's 3 total in the AO helicopters.
Be advised, air assets are going to be taking them out. Stay low.
Charlie, section copies.
Delta copies last.
Woo! Look out, Thunder.
Oh God, please don't.
Yeah, please don't fire right now.
This could be
Thunder?
horrible. Yeah, that's Thunder.
Thunder, please. Oh, thank you.
Actual be advised, these helicopters are hover mode. Looks like they are dismounting enemies. 3031 position, northwest. They are way out over range 2556.
It's only like 400 meters, Margie. Oh, disregard. It's 700, but it's still.
Bravo, you don't have any like eyes or not able to take them out at all?
Behind trees.
Copy that.
They're taking off again.
Seems like they're around 194.
Oh shit.
Good job, Margie.
Del, go ahead and go up to that building over there.
Totally take credit for that.
Yeah, right.
Disregard that burp from Thunder.
I finally take Thunder from Thunder.
The new HEDP 556.
Right? The new top secret.
Multiple infantry 202 over defilated.
202.
Right on top of the ridge. Over.
So pretty much we're on the
1-4 copies.
Yeah. I mean, unless the enemies are treants, I got nothing.
Affirm, also engaging infantry on the ridge line 190
Oh, yeah, I see him. Pizza?
Excuse me?
A Tunguska? Oh. That's way less exciting. Hey, the guys in this tree line down here are fucking south. They're only like 400 meters if you want to shoot at them.
Yeah, I'm going on the right of you.
Be advised, 0 or marker 06.
They might all be dead now.
1-2 is
Yeah, they're all dead.
platoon size element.
Is that another helo or just one of those same ones?
Could be friendly. We have.
Do you guys see that marker?
Nope, that's still an enemy helo up.
Oh, okay. 060.
It's out to the west.
Yeah.
Went behind that tree. Oh, here comes Thunder. And goodbye, enemy helo.
Delta copies last. Bearing 201 on defilade. Over defilade from Delta's bus.
Muller, you need to fucking move right now.
Copy that. Where to?
On my position, like right now.
Oh, you hear that?
Roger that, we're moving.
It's on the MSR.
Quick. We are not letting anybody else get this. Oh, shit.
338 is what I last saw it at.
Run with me. Yeah, Charlie's moving.
There's pieces coming in fucking down this road. It's shooting me in the ass.
Charlie's moving. Charlie's looking for it.
There were pieces coming by fucking behind us to the west. That's because there was another one to the west. Back up. There was another one to the west. There was another one to the west. Copy. Copy. Holy fuck, you're messed up. Bravo actual is KIA. He bled out stupid fast. He was fucked up. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. I got his 240, but I only have one box. Copy. Copy that, moving to you. Copy that, I'm on the building. Copy that. We'll go double check, see if I can get another box for this thing.
Yeah, copy. I'm all holed up in here for a minute.
Be advised, Alpha is black on 762, red on 556, over.
You're black on 556, or sorry, 762.
Affirm, over.
Copy that way, one.
Okay, I have another box, but I'm stupid heavy.
Copy. Looks like we're gonna have to give it off to Alpha. Wait, one. Alpha, this is Charlie, over. Fuck it, let's book it over there and let's give it to him.
Copy that. I'm gonna try to grab one more box for him.
Eyes on 1 times to the tree, 216 from our pause.
How many does he have? I can probably pick one up.
He has 2 more boxes in his bag.
Copy, I'm picking them up. Alpha, this is Charlie, over.
Send traffic.
Be advised, I am going to bring you over some boxes.
Copy that.
1417, say again your last 240,
Mike, this
240
is
Bravo's
Alpha, over.
KIA.
Go for Mike. Mike, my assistant needs blood, over.
17
Hey, firm,
copies,
moving to you.
just reshift the ammo.
Alpha out.
Alright, I'm moving. Going to Alpha's position.
Copy that. Hey, tell Alpha Assistant he's gonna give me his M4. I'll give him this 240. We'll have the 240s together.
Bravo assistant on here?
Bravo, entire Bravo is KIA.
Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck happened?
Yeah, landed directly on top of him.
Alpha Assistant,
Yes.
drop your AR.
There.
Yes.
Put the box in your backpack there.
Copy.
Thank you.
5, uniform 1.1.
There you go.
I'm just a little confused as to how a weapon squad is
No.
BDA.
Are you gonna give me your M4?
Oh.
Start moving with me, Delta.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, Mike,
There's 240 here on the floor for you.
Oh, copy that.
Negative, I've seen no impact.
1 times KIA, Specialist Jaeger, 1-4 Bravo.
If you guys don't hear from me in the next minute, we're probably done.
Where's the,
Copy.
Mike, this is flat on point 1. Am I here in a KIA?
Alright, I basically have no ammo now. I only have a few mags, but the 240s are together.
How many mags you need? How many you have?
I will double check.
Be advised, 0611 is resupply. Alpha, I want you to go ahead and move there. Time now to go get resupply.
I have 4 mags.
Copy.
Just 1 or 2 more should be fine.
Alright, you got 6 mags.
Thank you.
Right in front of us.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and give you one of the rockets.
Yeah. Is cooking. Waiting for dismounts, over.
Yours. Well, that was a nice little clusterfuck.
Mike, are you available?
LT doesn't sound happy.
Fuck.
4, go ahead and self-designate that fire. 0620 over. Affirm. Sorry about that, Dagger. We have
Actual, this is
4
Mike.
people.
Move back to you.
Roger. Was that from that mortar strike or what?
That was Corporal Pike,
I'm hearing
1-4, this is
I'm
Bravo.
hearing 4
We have-
times KIA.
We are being
Havoc 1
reinserted
is
via
5.
Black
Wait,
Hawk
over.
momentarily. Over.
Okay. From the mortar or what?
3 are from the rifles, 1 mortarman.
No, I meant like were they hit by mortars?
The only KIA from mortars is Corporal Pipe that I know of.
So how did people die?
No, Breeze.
He's with Havoc 4.
Havoc 1-4, both the Bravo fire team are KIA from a mortar strike from enemies.
Thank you.
1-4, this is Alpha, over.
Okay.
Wait one
Go
minute.
ahead. Oh, hold on. Havoc 1, this is 5. Be advised.
Apparently, I'm still bleeding.
Friendly reinserts inbound to 0622. Over.
There we go. Copy.
We're moving you right now, but I need you on our pods quickly because we have rough down.
I got eyes on you. I'm right here. Stay behind that wall right there.
Go right on this wall, and I need you to get him. Drop him right here, Muller. Alpha, go for it.
Disregard last. Found the resupply box. They took the marker off.
Copy that. Sorry about that. Charlie, do you need a resupply?
Negative. Charlie is good at the moment.
Copy that. We're bandaging up and then we're gonna start moving.
Havoc 1 is 7.
Copy.
Actual, this is Bravo. Move to your time, position time now.
Move to Charlie's, not mine.
Say again for Charlie, over.
Bravo's moving to us.
To move to your pods.
Copy. Copy out on last. Bravo, as soon as you move up with us, we're gonna move down the MSR to the west.
Delta's green.
We're moving back to you guys.
What are they? Oh, Jesus.
Delta, be advised we're taking sporadic contact south from our buzz.
Copy that, but we need to get back to the rest of the platoon. We're the only ones out here.
Cover that, Boeing.
Let's move back with them. We're gonna be moving with Bravo as soon as they move up with us.
Copy that. I'm gonna swing by where I dropped my M4 and pick up what I can.
Yeah, copy. I'm moving with you.
And I'm getting my M4 back because I like my sight better.
Alpha, are you at resupply right now?
Good to go.
Copy that. Try to hurry it up.
It's hold tight right here.
Small complication.
Yeah, Bravo's still pretty far out. Look, dead BMP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to yell at you about when we were pushing east. It was shooting us in the ass.
But we had one that was fucking.
Yes, I want you to
Yeah.
move back here. Be advised, Blue Horse Marco 0626 has infantry coming to our position.
6 infantry.
Copy on all. Alpha.
I only see one marker. Oh no, and it's way over there. Fuck. East. 600 meters.
Yep.
You guys got any spare stand egg?
Hey, firm. I got you, LT.
Alright. Use 3 or 4 if you can spare it.
Will do.
I haven't had a chance to go back to resupply yet.
Alright.
Back alive.
Yeah, take up security. We're about to move, bro.
There you go, LT.
Thank you.
No problem.
Alright, so push down this MSR, Bravo.
That's a good thing I picked up all my ammo for back there.
Yep, I'm gonna push it on the right side. Bravo's.
7-5 some traffic.
Hope I didn't give him a partial.
Alpha, I need you to get here and light this freaking hill up.
Bravo, if you want to take up refuge in this fucking piece of shit house.
Which hill?
Let's do it.
Blue force marker. Never mind, it's gone.
Oh, hey, there's Thunders up there.
Copy. You have a bearing. Over.
Sound like an AT4?
That sounds like an AT4 that went
Yeah, sound like an AT4, boss.
Yeah, this room is death trap.
Well, you don't have to go like
Whole
right
fucking
there.
house. No, even the room is like fucking shitty.
The room's actually, I don't like it. There's like
Alpha, I need you to get eyes on that RPG gunner. I don't know where it's at, but we just took it from him.
Oh, it's an RPG gunner.
Oh.
Actual Delta, be advised, I think I just killed him. Over.
Copy that. Mike, I don't believe Jaeger went down. It was just Shaw that went down really quickly.
It was me too.
1-4, this is Bravo. Both 10 team members of Bravo went KIA.
But you went down in like 2 seconds, right?
We both were down when the initial Bradley appears, or whatever piece of armor shot the building down. IDF had nothing to do with it.
Oh, it was the BMP.
That's what I was just told. What?
Yeah, it was that BMP right there.
Bearing 119. There is infantry about a squad size.
Oh, well, the IDF hit that building too.
Yeah, that didn't help.
No, what happened was IDF actually killed Pike too, so he was over there with us.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the fucking BTR lit up the building, and then we were sitting there, and then the IDF hit.
Actually, it was this BMP right here.
No, it was the one at the intersection that was down that way.
Oh, well.
That, Charlie took it.
Yeah, as I was running over there to help with that BMP that was over there, because that was a BMP over there as well. This one we rolled up and started shooting us in the ass.
Oh yeah, yeah. Whatever it was the one at the intersection that saw us and lit us the fuck up.
Yeah.
You might need to switch off yelling.
Do I?
Yeah, you blow my ears out.
I mean, I can sit farther away from the mic.
Is everybody resupplied from 1-4?
Charlie section's green.
Streaming mic now.
Bravo's good.
Charlie, Delta never went got resupply, but we still 3 times rockets over.
Copy that.
Yeah, we respawned when we died, so.
I kind of wanted to keep taking the long range.
I feel special.
It was kind of gruesome to loot one of the bodies of our fallen comrades too.
If it makes you feel any better, I saved your 240 and gave it to Alpha.
What?
How? Wait, what?
Does Alpha Assistant and Team Lead have 240s?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fucking kick ass.
Why can't that be the normal thing?
Did they get rid of the weapon on back thing? Oh, they did, didn't they?
No.
Yeah, it's still there. They just got rid of the little functionality.
Hey, talk about that shit later.
I'll call it up. Copy Alpha.
Anyways, Bravo, when you went down, when you were down, were you only down like for 2 seconds before you went KAA, or like was it they had an amount of time to get you and you just didn't get up?
Negative, man. We were in a building for approximately 2 minutes and then we died.
Okay, so you were down for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, give or take. I don't know the exact time.
And nobody knew that you were down?
Nobody knew we were down. As soon as the I guess the armor rolled around the corner, I don't know if it's Bradley, it basically shot the building, blowing us down. Charlie went to go engage, and then we're distracted by the cook-off, and we're not able to turn to us to check to see if we're alive. They got to us last second, and then we went KIA.
Copy that.
There was some sort of large explosion, 262 from our pods, 260. Over.
I believe that was controlled, that they were talking about doing it, but
it
they
was
never
controlled.
said that they were doing it.
Roger that. Resuming previous position.
There's a detachment of weapons squad just running past us a few minutes ago.
But we're right over here still.
Yep.
Is it we you're looking for?
Hello.
Where weapons? got big guns.
God, you make me sound like a fucking terrible fucking section leader, Bravo.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's your loudness.
Hello, Sergeant Cherry.
Oh.
How's 1-1 this evening? Or this morning?
More holes than I remember leaving base with.
Understandable.
We haven't had the command yet.
Are we done?
Mission complete. Mission complete. Mission complete.
Wait until actual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be on the other side, Cherry.
He hasn't said anything.
Index, your
Alright,
group
index.
disconnect, move to
Not an index.
conference room.
Not an index.
Not an index.
Not an completely fucked that up.
The other thing that's not index.
Yeah, mission complete.
Mission complete.
Change this for everybody. Stupid loud.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your
Yeah, you'll just have to get over that.
User joined your channel. 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 User joined your channel.
Is my game gonna crash? It actually exited correctly this time. Amazing.
All right, Task Force Alpha. Congratulations, second phase has been completed. I do have a few notes today from a task force level. The first one would be the overall speed of movement at the beginning. When we started our assault was very slow. We set up on that hill for a while before we started moving down into the town. Called out that it was clear. We did have some mortars come in and take us out. If we would have been moving more quickly, we wouldn't have had the casualties. Another thing was identifying and taking out enemy armor targets. There were a few times today we actually had BMPs cross through our lines. So please work on positioning and overall situational view that the weapons squads or weapons teams have. Because there were a couple times like where armored vehicles would just drive right by where they could have been, where 1-4 should have been, and enter the town. The first one, I know we were in the middle of assault. The 4, 5, and 6 BTRs that ended up kind of getting close to us, they should have been taken out long beforehand.
Understood, LT.
We also had a issue tonight where someone disconnected and was talking over global. If you get disconnected for any reason in this in our operations, do not talk. It basically causes everyone to hear what you are saying. So when you say, "Hey, sorry, Sergeant, I got disconnected. I can't get back into the game," everyone in this task force can hear it, and that is 61 people that can hear that. You're breaking immersion. So
isn't that gone over in recruit training and or ITB?
Yes, sir. Multiple times.
Okay, so let's be clear. If you get disconnected from the server, shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of having to say this. I understand every time I have to say it, it's someone new, but let your guys know. If you get disconnected from the server, shut the fuck up.
Thank you, Captain. I couldn't have a more clear way to say it. Appreciate it. What else do we have going on? I think we faced a lot of fucking dudes today, and we killed a lot of fucking dudes. Overall, I think I mentioned the major notes. There was an ND. I know Havoc 1's dealing with that. So I'm going to start passing it around. Havoc 1, do you have any notes?
I do not at this time, XO. Thank you.
All right, Havoc 4.
Nothing for the toss. Thank you, LT.
Thank you, Havoc 4. Fixed wing, Captain Soto.
One thing, Air 5. On the danger close gun run, well, sort of danger close. It was danger close-ish enough. Anytime that kind of call gets up, I mean, I can usually do an okay job distinguishing friend from foe. In general, if something's going to be coming in inside of 300 meters or so, green smoke, please. It helps a lot.
Roger that, Captain. Was that on the hilltop before we moved in?
It was on across the road. Initially, I was called in on the hilltop, but that was in too close, and at that point, I was pretty sure Havoc 1 had already handled it, and I saw the reinforcements coming in over the road, so Dagger and I called an audible and decided to suppress those guys as they popped out from the tree line, and it was still close enough to where it would have been nice to have a single green smoke dropped on your ankles just so I know where you are.
Yep, roger that. I don't know if that was facilitated or if that was called for or not, but I was incapacitated by mortars if that got held up in the chain. But yes, we will certainly do our best to make sure that happens in the future.
Roger that, 5. It's just for anything inside of like 300 meters. It helps a million, but that's it for the Tigers. Hope I helped out.
Absolutely. Thank you, Captain. Let's see. Who am I missing? Oh, Rotary.
Nothing from us, Exa.
Thank you, Lieutenant. First Sergeant Brewer.
Thank you, LT. I've got a couple of different notes here. I'm sure the captain has them as well. So, as he's the captain, sir, go ahead and go first because we probably have the same notes.
All right. Was anyone else's FPS garbage pretty much through the first half of the op?
No, sir. Mine were pretty good.
Same here, sir.
Mine were good also, sir.
All right. Were all those lights on the airfield? Are those on there, or did you put them on the map?
The lights are part of the template, sir.
Okay. How many lights are that? How many objects is that?
I mean,
I saw like 300 lights. You
they're
mean
part of the map.
Okay.
Yeah, Affirm. I did put down. There's a HESCO barrier road that goes down alongside it. I can get rid of that.
Just every little bit, because I could barely move until about halfway through the op, and that really fucking sucks when it's a mount op and I'm trying to clear rooms. I'm getting like 10 frames a second. All right. Stop stopping. What was going on at the beginning where 1-4 was going 10 meters and then stopping, and then going 10 meters and then stopping, and then going 10 meters and stopping? It was not a rhetorical question. What was going on at the beginning of the op? Why was that happening?
Captain 1-7 to answer. Havoc 1 at that time was moving to RP2, and 1-1 was having a little bit of technical difficulties, and we were doing the best we could to make sure that they were not overextended behind us.
Just keep everyone moving. Let the stragglers catch up, especially if it's technical difficulties.
Roger that, 1-7 Wilco.
God damn, that's annoying every time it happens. Zeus Cannon, who sent down the deny on using that Zeus Cannon? When there were like 4 helicopters in the AO. What's the reason?
Well, I mean, if it's the whole training aspect, I mean, if they're simple enough to use and from here on out we can use them, yeah, it was just a call that I made.
Okay. I mean, we need we're ground infantry. We need every benefit we can get once we push into an area like this, especially if we don't have our VIX with us. So if there's 4 helicopters in the air and there's something that can shoot helicopters out of the sky really easily right next to us, yes, use it. We need to, if that. And last week I forgot to bring this up on the airfield. We passed I don't know how many of those armored trucks with the AGS 30s on them, the GAZs, and we just passed by them and we didn't use any of those GMGs. And they also have 7.62 54R machine guns on them. We didn't use any of those. Like, we're light infantry. When we see equipment that we can be utilizing to our advantage, we need to be doing that.
Roger that.
Whose call was it to, quote unquote, not engage any enemies that are past the red line?
That was mine, sir. That was we talked.
It was
about
a hybrid, limit of advance. It's more my call, Captain. But yeah, we were engaging enemies past the red line.
Well, towards the end of the op, 2 platoons worth of enemies came at us from our southwest that were beyond the red line, and we were specifically told to not shoot at them until they were past the red line or shooting at us. So those orders need to be made more clear. When there are armed enemies coming straight towards our position, obviously to reinforce the counterattack, we should be shooting at them.
Absolutely. Just to clarify, too, I mean, it started out as using supporting assets to take out infantry that were on the far side of the red line for the limit of advance, and I held off on engaging them with supporting assets until they got closer. And that did change.
Mortars could have fucked those guys up. So could the A-10 have, or the Apache at that point, since all the AA and the AO should have been cleared out.
Yep, roger that. We certainly did engage them a number of times with mortars. It's just when they were on the other side of the red line, I didn't want to stop their advance on the far side of the thing. That kind of changed though when a mortar section popped up in the southern town. We had to engage that, so it was a little ambiguous on my part, Captain.
All right. Why are we using enemy markers to identify detonation targets? Why is there a red marker on Blue Force tracker to identify an abandoned zoo cannon that's being prepped for detonation?
Captain, that was my call to 1-1 because I wanted to make sure that it was marked and clear, so I can set that up to make sure that there's nobody standing next to it.
All right, we've got multiple different types of markers on Blue Force. Do not use an enemy marker to mark something like that. Enemy marker is for where there are guys with guns shooting at us or about to shoot at us, not an abandoned gun. Use a blue marker, use an HQ marker, use a CCP marker, a green marker. I don't care. Just do not use a red marker.
Roger that. Wilco, use HQ.
And I already went over this. The last thing I got written down is use enemy equipment. So then we already went over that. So utilize what we can when we can because it's all we got. That's everything I got. Did I miss anything for Sergeant?
Thank you, sir. The only thing I had written down in addition, guys, is situational awareness. When we are all traveling, we're not maneuvering, all right? Right there at the start when we were all moving in that gigantic clusterfuck of a tactical blob, you guys have to have some fucking situational awareness. I don't give a shit if you want to be super fucking realistic and use first person only. That's fine. But when you're bumping into my shoulder and shit because you're too fucking stupid to look around you and see where people are, that's a problem. You can't be running in and amongst ranks of other squads and other fire teams and shit. You guys have to pay attention to where people are in relation to you and keep that spread nice and fucking wide when we're in an open country like that. That's why, Sergeant Margiotta, mute your shit. That's why IDF is often so goddamn dangerous to us, because you guys will run right up the fucking asshole of the team in front of you or intermingle in their lines. Platoon HQ, this is going to you too. You should not be right in the center of a squad's formation moving right up amongst them. There's a reason we practice spacing in our formations. You guys are not understanding the fucking point of it, apparently. So get the spacing spread out and stop fucking running into each other. That's all I had, Cap.
All right, that's all we got.
All right, thank you.
Hold on, I do have one more thing. Why was the order to actually move in and start clearing out the town delayed for so long? The squad I was with 1-3, and we were just sitting there for, I don't know, 10 minutes, while the right flank was engaged in combat, and we were just sitting there with our thumbs in our butts.
Captain, we were going to call a mortar strike in on that enemy roadblock, but I got incapacitated by a mortar strike up there, so it just stopped. And so I gave the hold order, and by the time I got back up, I canceled the mortar strike and then allowed you to move in.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments from HQ members?
Negative.
All right, I'm going to open this up to the floor. If you have a question or comment for the task force, put a C or a Q in chat. Sergeant Reynolds.
Thank you, XO. I just wanted to point out real quick, it could have been a coincidence, but after we found a bound civilian and moved them out of harm's way, we were engaged by an armor asset that ignored the fuck out of all of us and dropped a building on that civilian. I don't know if it was intentional or if it was coincidental. I have no idea who he was because there was nothing left of him to trace.
All right, I'll just say shit happens. Set him up with your report.
Roger
that. Sergeant Newman.
Thank you, sir. I was curious if there was any way that we could get somebody from Havoc 4 on 4-2, because as of right now, I have no way of keeping track if Havoc 4 needs blood from a medic.
You have platoon net. They have somebody on platoon net. You do not need 4 different fucking radio channels to be able to talk to people.
Copy that.
All right, thank you, First Sergeant Brewer.
Thank you, LT. There was one thing I forgot to mention. There was multiple times tonight that we were engaged from our rear from buildings that had already been passed by friendlies. Multiple times that happened tonight. Cannot be happening. There was buildings that were cleared, doors were open, and the very next building had someone inside of it, and there was already friendlies past it. Can't be happening. We got to get those buildings cleared properly and get them marked. There was a fuck ton of buildings I went by today that had doors wide open that I know people went through because I seen friendlies inside of them and no marks on the front or back door. So, got to get on top of that shit as far as clearing those buildings. I'm tired of getting shot in the ass from a building that should have already been cleared. That's all. Thank you, LT.
Thank you. If we have no more questions or comments for the task force, I will dismiss you guys into your individual debriefs. Thank you all.
Thank you, XO.
Thank you, XO.
Havoc, one my channel.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel.
Ah.
User joined your channel. 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 User joined your channel.
Alright, looks like most everyone's here. Leading off, I cannot fucking believe we had an ND. It's not hard to put on a safety on a gun. It was one of our 240 Bravo gunners, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir, if I may. The machine gun was on safe, and then I switched to the binoculars to look at something, and I put it back. Somehow the weapon came off of safe. Sorry about that, sir. Won't happen again.
See that it doesn't, thank you. 1-4, what happened with the armor that rolled up into the town and took out 1-2? It came from your side of the town.
Thank you, LT. So as far as the armor that came down, I told my Delta gunner that it was coming down the road, and he had missed it when it went by, and so we had to run up the road to get it.
So he did take a shot?
He didn't take a shot until we went into town.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I will
so
continue to work on finding armor assets with them.
Yeah, well, you guys are set up in a defensive posture. It should just be, I mean, you guys should already have eyes out on that MSR. That's why I put you guys down there. So, I don't know.
Understood, LD.
We need to do better on that. As far as some positive things, actually, let's talk about KIAs first. So we had several KIAs tonight, and I don't believe any of them were technical. And it's a bit worrying. We've not really had any problems with non-technical KIAs tonight. It was our first real big problem with it. So last count, it looks like we have 4. Is that correct, Sergeant Newman?
Yes, sir. It was 4 times KA. One of those being Havoc 4.
Okay. So, I don't know what the root cause of this is. If you guys are not checking in with your buddies when you get up, I mean, there's really, unless your whole squad is down, I don't know what can be excused to cause these things. Specialist Reed.
Thank you, LT. The main cause of those, as far as I know, was that we got hit directly with a mortar strike while we were in defensive posture. It landed on our heads, and about 80% of the people went down. There were probably 10 out of 12 or 15 people unconscious, all the medics too.
Was that Havoc 2 or 1-2? Sorry.
Yeah, that was
our
1-2.
squad, sir.
Okay. Did anybody from 1-2 get on the radio after that happened?
Yeah,
Yes,
Specialist Reed did, and then Sergeant McCoy did after he was brought up.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as that happened, sir, I got a call saying that there was possibly a mass cast there, and we got over there as quickly as we could.
We have somebody from 1-4 also go KA.
Yes, LTU, we actually had 2 KIAs. What had happened is my Charlie section went to go engage an armor target. When they got back, they found my Bravo team in a building down, and as soon as they got there, they had went KIA. I wasn't aware that they were down at the time.
How many people were in that building, Sergeant?
As far as I'm aware, there's 2.
Sergeant.
All right. Yeah, I guess what happened to those 2 guys? They were inside of a building when they went down. Did the building fall on them, or?
I guess I wasn't there, so if or Corporal Shaw, if you want to answer this.
Sure. Thank you, Sergeant. Yes, LT, the building was shot up by the enemy Bradley, and as soon as it shot it brought the building down, and then
Op 4 does not have Bradleys.
I don't know. I
You should
apologize.
know. You're in the weapons squad. Make sure you find it out.
It was a BMP. I only saw like a glimpse of it, but it shot the building, took us both down. We were there for quite some time while Charlie was going to go engage.
So the building did fall on you, is that correct?
If basically, I believe I actually got hit by the shell while my assistant was just in the building, and the building collapsed on top of us as soon as the BMP had just unloaded.
All right. So, yeah, with a little situational awareness about where the other people of the squads are, where the fire teams are. So something we need to work on, apparently.
LT, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
The same building that those 2 were dropped in also got struck by IDF shortly after that. So their bleed out timers there was nothing we could do.
Yeah, I understood that they were we had some short bleed outs tonight. Which, the IDF right on top of you will definitely do that. Go ahead, Sergeant Newman.
Thank you, sir. I will say for the bleed out timers, after listening to what happened, that's about on the spot of where it should be. Because I mean, if you think about it, you get an IDF to the face, you're not gonna have a lot of time.
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
I think the biggest issue is just people not being prepared for that. Our last operation, we got hit a lot, but there was plenty of time to treat people. This one, we're super close together, didn't have a chance to spread out all that much, so multiple people go down makes it kind of hard to treat. So I think just training with having those mass cat situations will definitely help out with it.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Anything else on the KIAs we had? Okay, let's move on then. Clearing buildings. I'm not sure why we're still having a problem with this. I know it was only 2 squads really to take out to clear that whole town, but we had multiple incidents of people saying that there were enemy combatants still in a building that had been marked clear or that had cleared past it. We've got to do a better job. The fire teams, you guys have got to pay attention to who's clearing what and work together to make sure that we're not leaving anything behind and making sure that everything gets marked. All right, on to better things. Good work displacing along that ridge line. Once we started having IDF come in, you guys 1-2 and 1-4. You guys displaced and got the hell out of there pretty effectively and minimized the problems that we had up on that ridge line. And the comms were pretty good tonight. We had a little issue with 1-1. Had some technical problems, and the 1-2-2 IC stepped up, and we had some issues with trying to figure out where 1-1 is, and that shouldn't really be that big of a problem. You know your own grid ref, and we can work together. You can communicate with your sister squad and say, you know, what's your grid ref, and then you know your own grid ref. You should figure out, okay, we need to move southeast, we need to move southwest. It seems like we got a little bit bogged down there just because 1-1 didn't have an Android and they didn't have a little mark on the map. We need to work on that a little bit better. You shouldn't have to rely on the technology to identify where you are and where your sister squad's at. And 1-1, I have a question for 1-1, 2IC. When you were moving down towards RP2, we were moving down that line. Did you guys keep pushing when Cherry disconnected? Sergeant Cherry's just disconnected?
when he disconnected, we kept moving toward RP2. When we got on that ridge, then I called up to let somebody know that I was stepping up for 2IC and was asking for direction and didn't get anything. And so then we pushed, I guess, I don't know which direction, but back up the ridge first before going back down.
Sergeant Carter, do you not recall me giving a specific bearing to move and your response being that you do not have eyes on?
Negative.
Did you at some point go down and there was a 3IC in 1-1 that I was talking to?
No, not that I'm aware of, no.
All right, that's something else we need to improve. All right. Other than that, the comms were really good once we got in and actually got into the beat of clearing it out. I thought the comms were good. You guys were covering the main sectors pretty well once we'd gotten things cleared out. All the call-ups for the enemy air assets were good. We just I think we need to work a little bit on our spacing for some of that because I think 1-2 should have all been down from that one engagement. I know we got hit pretty hard up on that ridgeline. I was up there also. Sergeant Munson.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Basically, what happened was it was like a strafe from the mortar, a creeping barrage, I guess, and it fucking creeped right down that goddamn road. And so all the elements we had were spaced out. Even the teams were spaced out into buddy teams relatively, and we all got just schwacked. So just kind of inconvenient placing of the mortar, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of expected behavior, though. It's not really something unusual. So we might want to push people off of the MSR a little more next time. All right, thank you. Sergeant Newman.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to back up Sergeant Munson on that. When we got up there, every single one of the people who were down were spread out. I had to move a little bit to get to each one of them. So.
All right, thank you. Other than that, I didn't really have any complaints. I thought, given the difficulties that we had, we took that fairly effectively. It was a little bit slow on getting into the town, but they won't have to run through things.
Hold comments until the floor is open.
All right. That's all I've got. Sergeant Reynolds.
Thank you, LT. There's a couple of the vast majority of it you've already covered, but I'm going to touch up on a couple of them. But there's other things that I want to add on. 1-4. If I need you to cover an MSR, the most important thing for you to see is the MSR. If I ask you to go to a corner of a town that has an MSR, even if I didn't point it out specifically, your primary objective is still going to be that MSR. This is going to make your job easier because I guarantee you, if OP4 wants to blitzkrieg us, they're going to do it on an MSR because those tracks and those big fat wheels can't run that hot off-road. So if you're in a position, if I send you somewhere, and I think at one point in this operation, I asked you to hold the eastern flank, and you were sitting in a position that didn't have good enough eyes out on the MSR that was a major threat to us, and that was Blue Force Tracker Marker 0620 that had to get engaged a second time to get it done. So if you find yourself sitting in a position where you can't do your job, you let me know that you're moving. And just feel free to do so. I will trust your judgment.
Copy that, Sergeant.
Clearing with security. Gentlemen, when you're clearing a town, especially when it looks like freaking Times Square, New York, I understand that the request was a heavy toll. But if you're putting all of your men in buildings at the same time because you're trying to get through it faster, you're going to fuck it up. You're going to lose track of what you're clearing. You'll have no security. OP4 will be able to play whack-a-mole with you and move from one building to another while all your guys have no eyes out in security. So I'll remind you again, slow is smooth, smooth is steady, and steady is fast. Put a couple of guys in, a couple of guys out to hold security. One squad can clear 2 buildings at the same time that way. If it's a big building, then you put all 4. You do not need to put an entire squad in a single building. There's not a single building we came across today that needs 8 people to clear it. 2 ICs, if you're not trained or if you feel that you are not capable of holding on to comms to deal with situations when your actuals go down, you need to not be afraid to speak up and say that you need more training. All you actuals are responsible to make sure that your two ICs can carry the shit when it hits the fan. If you have a compass that is completely analog and I give you a bearing, you should be able to find it without any electronics at all. There has been a time where Havoc 1 was put into training specifically for that purpose without any electronics whatsoever, and we were tasked with finding our way, so I know you guys can do it. Spread out in spacing, it's already been touched. I'm not going to say it again. Just keep in mind if you're in an open space, add that space so that you don't get splashed. 1-2, I can confirm with one mic that your situation was just pretty shit. But in general, keep the spacing out.
Affirm, Sergeant.
Sitting in MSRs, though, I will say we have a rule. We have a rule about how close you can be to an MSR if you're not specifically actually even when you're patrolling it, you're not to walk directly on it. So if you're holding a flank of an area, also do your best not to hold fast on top of MSRs. They're usually well known on OPFOR maps, and they're pre-designated targets for OPFOR IDF. And they'll usually almost always walk the MSRs and the ASRs before they start shooting blind in open areas. So keep it in your eyes, keep it in your sights, especially 1-4, but don't necessarily be sitting on top of it. The last one I find kind of annoying. It's not a big deal, but it is annoying me. I'm really kind of sick and tired of seeing people run around with sunglasses in the middle of the night. Make sure that you have ballistic glasses in your uniform or some shit. It weighs like half an ounce, if that. It takes almost no room at all. You can stick it in your shirt, and then make sure that you're wearing good eye protection at all times and shit that makes sense. Beyond that, I would say you guys did a fantastic job. Communication was also very good. I agree with the LT on that, but we are slipping a little bit. Make sure that comm decorum doesn't slip too much from us. There was a couple of times where comms were open without priority designation, and it was chased with the information before any acknowledgement of receipt. Sergeant Line, you're hot micing. So, for example, something like 1-8, this is 1-9, so and so and so on and so forth is happening is not acceptable. You have to wait until your call out is responded. But beyond that, you guys did actually a very fantastic job today. The toll was heavy, and I know that there's only 2 things that have occurred today that gave any call for the conversation that we had at the company level, and that was basically the lag at the start, and then just that one Armor piece that walked in on us. The vast majority of everything else that was said, with the exception of using OPFOR assets against the air assets that were coming in against us, I think were domino effects from those 2 issues. That's all I had, LT.
Thanks, Sergeant. All right, let's go down the line. Anything from medical? Can't hear you, Sergeant.
My bad. Nothing that wasn't really already covered, sir. Medics did a good job communicating and keeping me updated with what was going on. The only thing that I would recommend is squads specifically practicing mass cast situations and how the riflemen should react to those situations as well. And I think that will have do a lot for the blood issue that we're having right now, understanding the moment you need to pull over a medic. That's all I had, sir.
All right, thank you, Sergeant. 1-1.
Nothing additional, LT.
All right, thank you, Sergeant. 1-2.
Nothing, LT.
1-3.
Thank you, LT. From 1-3's perspective, especially considering that I had, 2 ICs leading the team, so we kicked ass tonight. But nothing really from our end of the table there, sir.
All right, thanks, Sergeant. 1-4.
Nothing from 1-4 that we've already talked about. Thank you, LT.
Thank you. All right, open the floor, put a CRQ in chat. Sergeant Salvatore, you can lead us off. Sergeant Salvatore, you awake?
My apologies. You can disregard my comment. Thank you, team.
Thank you, Sergeant. Sergeant Dale.
Thank you, sir. During the operation tonight, after the reinsert box got dropped in, that blue 4 marker was deleted. I had a general idea of where the box was, and I managed to track it down. But if we could either keep that marker up or get a more accurate one on where the box actually dropped. If Sergeant Cherry had been there, I wouldn't have been able to find that resupply box. That was all. Thank you, sir.
All right, yeah, Ephraim. Yeah, I noticed that a lot of our blue 4 markers disappeared. I'm not sure why those are disappearing, but they did put another one down in the general area over there. Sergeant Newman.
Thank you, sir. What was the deal with it being an arsenal instead of the actual resupply box?
That I don't know. Sergeant Reynolds, make sure you pass that up. I forgot to bring that up with the task force level. That should have been a task force issue.
Roger that.
All right, thank you. Any other questions, comments? All right. Thank you, fill-ins. We really appreciate you, especially on the holiday night. Squad, you were dismissed to your individual squad debriefs. Thank you all. Good work tonight.
1-3, stay behind.
User left your channel switched. User joined your channel. Sound muted.
Alright, that's going to do it for this video. So I thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one.